Well, here we are, starting out a brand new school year. And I bet many of you are excited about the things that are going to take place this year. Because for some of you, you're going to be entering middle school or high school for the very first time. And for some of you, you're going to be a teenager, or you know what, you may be turning 16 and starting to drive. So please be careful. Others of you will finish out your high school career and go on to college or enter the workplace. Listen, a lot of things are going to take place over the next school year. So much so that change is going to take place whether you want it to or not. And that is what we, your Switch leadership, are excited about. The potential change that is going to take place in your life. Not just any change, but change that is going to help you be who you were created to be. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with Switch, let me help you understand why we call it Switch. See, the word switch means to turn, to change course, to shift, to change direction. And that is what we want to take place. We want you to switch or to change from who you are today into a student who is growing their faith and who will look totally differently, spiritually and emotionally, by the end of the school year. So, how does that play out for you? Well, in our lives, changes or switches happen all the time. For some of you, change happened today. You got up this morning and started to put on that awesome outfit you picked out last night. But by the time you left for school, you made the switch. You changed your outfit maybe 2 or 3 times because you couldn't decide which outfit looked the best. Or for some of you, you weren't happy with some of the classes you were put in. So you went to see your guidance counselor and had those classes changed. And here's the thing about change. It happens all the time. We change our minds on who we like and who we don't like. And for some of us, we change schools, maybe boyfriends or girlfriends, and maybe for some of us, we change our friends based on how we feel when we wake up in the morning. See, change happens all the time. I mean, think back to when you were a child. You liked SpongeBob SquarePants, or maybe you loved watching The Lion King or Penguins of Madagascar. And maybe for some of you, you love the Jonas Brothers or maybe Justin Bieber. So think about it. Change happens all the time. But now, you know what? You love your iPhone or the Batman movie. See, change happens. And because change happens, some of us are experiencing some of the tension that is associated with it. Maybe your parents are asking you to change your study habits so that you'll make better grades this year. Maybe they want you to change your attitude or maybe the types of clothing that you're wearing. Maybe it's your friends who want you to change. They want you to loosen up and enjoy life. But you know that the enjoy lifestyle is totally against your character and what you know to be right. And that is the tension you are facing. Listen, change is a reality. It's happening all around us. And here at Switch, we want to help you manage the tension that you're going to face. Because we want change to happen on the inside, the place where real change is most important. We want a spiritual change or switch to take place. See, for so long, we've simply seen ourselves as a body with a soul. And that's why we spend countless hours in front of the mirror or in the gym. See, but that thinking is flawed because we're never really satisfied with how we look or the stuff that we have. Well, in Switch, we want you to see yourself as a soul with a body. And because that is true, the spiritual condition of our soul must become our number one priority. Now, you may be a little confused by the whole idea that we're a soul with a body versus a body with a soul. Well, let me help you understand it. Let me give you an example justifying why we must own the truth that we are a soul with a body. Now, has anyone ever talked about you or made fun of you or ridiculed you for the way you looked? Come on, you can raise your hand. It's okay, because I'm sure many of you have had this happen. Maybe you were told you were too fat or too skinny, your hair's the wrong color, or your eyes slant the wrong direction, or maybe your nose is crooked or your toes are too long. I mean, the list goes on and on. Now, you may be thinking, see, this demonstrates how our body should be our number one priority. If my body were perfect, people wouldn't pick on me and my feelings wouldn't be hurt. Ah, contraire, mon frère. Okay, I used a Bart Simpson quote. But basically, this quote means, on the contrary, my brother. Simply stated, that's not necessarily the truth. People who have the perfect body are also picked on. They're told that they starve themselves to look that way or they've had some sort of procedure done. So in actuality, they too are talked about. And the reality of that gossip or the ridicule really hurts on the inside. So with that being said, the real pain doesn't happen to the physical body, but instead it affects our soul, it affects our heart, It affects what's going on inside. And because of that, it demonstrates the importance of us being a soul with a body, and our soul must become our number one priority. So, everything you are going to experience here at Switch, from the games we play, to the lights, to the music playing during our community time, to the adult leaders or the small group questions, or the service project or small group events, everything we do here at Switch is geared toward one purpose: to help you make the change, to make the switch, to own and live out an authentic faith with Jesus Christ at the center. Now, as I close, listen to what the Apostle Paul says in 2 Corinthians 5:17. Anyone who belongs to Christ has become a new person. The old life is gone and the new life has begun. This year, let Christ make a switch, make a change take place in your life, and let you become who God has created you to be.